Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. It's a thing. And now the truth is out there. I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free anytime, anywhere. And each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Previously on the ISFET archives.
Are you Emily Swanson?
Yes. Detective Bullard?
George, please. Did the suspect say anything to you?
No. He just said he wanted the cash from the register, and then Sam gave him the cash.
What happened after that?
Another man tried to get the guy, but he was shot.
Did you see who shot him?
No, but it wasn't the robber or suspect.
I believe they were actually targeting you.
Me? Why would anyone want to hurt me? I've never done anything. I don't have any money. I'm just the barista.
As for why somebody would want to hurt you, it's because you're special.
September is what we call a guide.
Hastings is a chronicler.
And you, Emily, are what we classify as an anomaly.
You will begin to see strange things happen around you. Hastings and I are here to protect you. You said someone was following you?
Yeah, a well-dressed woman.
This is Contractor Harp with an update on the current project. When I arrived at the meeting to discuss negotiations, I discovered September and Hastings with my prospect.
You are to secure the prospect at all costs.
And I saw the kid that robbed the cafe yesterday. He died too.
ISFET is what we call the chaos. It's a force that lives outside the boundaries of universal law. It's what makes you so dangerous.
Amber? Do you see that blue line, too?
What?
The blue line. The one running from your chest to mine.
ISFET Archives has adult language and violence and is not suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. ISFET Archives is a Creative Typo entertainment production. If you enjoy this show, we invite you to support us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Creative Typo. All levels of membership include ad-free listening, and our binge tier includes access to this complete season. Thank you for listening.
Chapter 4. The Dream.
Observation 8 from the ISFET Archives. There are 81 anomalies born every year. This year is defined in Gregorian calendar standards by beginning September 11th and lasting 365 days. Though they may appear as human, there are a few indicators that can be used to identify an anomaly before their ISFET tap.
There is a common internal struggle which separates individuals into two groups when given a choice of either maintaining a perception of security through willful ignorance or pursuing knowledge at the risk to their own physical and or mental health. If one were to ask Emily what group of individuals she belongs to, she would respond without hesitation that she belongs to the first group. She would swear to hide away in her home until the danger had passed, because no riddle is so important that she would risk her life to solve it. She would be wrong in this personal assessment. Only 4 hours after her ride home with the stalker who called herself Harp, Emily sits in an armchair in a busy cafe with Hastings and September. Despite Harp's warnings of danger regarding the men, Emily came to the conclusion that she needed to know what was happening. This riddle was important enough to risk her life.
Harp said that there were things she could tell me about myself. She also said that you two were lying to me.
She said we were lying?
Well, in so many words. Actually, she said that Hastings couldn't lie, so I should ask him all the questions.
I've already explained that I cannot lie. But I can misinform if I personally believe the incorrect information. You see, the ability to...
Hastings, she gets it.
All right.
Emily, I promise you, we are trying to tell you as much as we can. In fact, when you think back on our recent conversations, you were the one telling us when to stop giving you information. We were not withholding.
He means after the incident at the cafe. We were definitely withholding before then.
Thank you, Hastings. Harp. You said her name is Harp?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Hastings, do we know a Harp?
Not personally, but she's been on at least 2 hits. Possibly 3. She's definitely Contra.
Damn. Any of ours?
2. In Peru.
Guys, who is she?
She is an assassin for the Contra.
We believe that, at least. No firm evidence.
And who are the Contra?
The Contra is a well-funded human organization composed of agents trained to combat non-human entities.
Non-human entities like me?
Like all of us.
If she's an assassin, why didn't she kill me in the car this morning? I was all alone. She easily could have.
That is an interesting question.
Maybe she believes that you can lead her to another anomaly.
Possibly.
Or maybe she made us and thinks Emily could lead her back to us.
There are plenty of reasons why she would have let Emily live. We should not speculate. We need more information to formulate a more conclusive opinion.
Please, both of you, back to the part where there's an entire organization of people attempting to kill me? Are there a lot of these people?
The Contra. In our best assessment, there are typically around 200 to 300 active in the world right now.
And why are they trying to kill us?
They have been attempting to eradicate every non-human for as long as they have existed. But we're not certain of their motives, since they're highly trained and nearly impossible to capture.
But they're human.
Yes, dangerous humans.
How likely is it that Harp will be able to find us?
That is hard to answer. There are many factors in play here. We know that Harp seems new. While that reduces experience, she is still highly trained. We need to know if there are other Contra operatives around. How much intel does she have on us? We know too little.
Emily, there are plenty of reported cases of Chroniclers escaping Contra assassins. We will do our best to protect you.
Wait, you said that I might be able to lead her to another anomaly? Is that true? Are there more like me around here?
We are not certain. There could be.
Hastings?
We believe that you might have the ability to find other anomalies. There are records of anomalies coming together and creating large-scale events.
If that's true, how do I do it? Maybe someone can help me figure out what's wrong with me.
It's not that easy.
There are 81 anomalies born every year. It is exactly 81 spread throughout the world. With such a low number, the probability of anomalies finding each other is incredibly low.
This is why we believe there's a force that drives anomalies together. The idea that anomalies find each other on happenstance is too improbable.
Oh. What happens to the other anomalies born each year?
Some die before they tap. Others are killed.
By the Contra?
The important thing is that Hastings and I have found you. You're safe with us.
Are there any other organizations or non-human people?
There are plenty of other organizations, but none as dangerous as the Contra. Many groups have their own theories about us, and there are government teams that have always been tasked with reviewing supernatural stories. But the Contra appear to be the only group that actively hunts us with any success.
And other non-humans?
The hidden is what we prefer. Non-human is condescending.
Sorry.
There are others. Changelings are most notable. And there is the hunter.
What are they?
Changelings are very familiar to the lore you've probably heard as a child. They're related to the guides in a fashion.
They use a power similar to ours to warp the perception of those around them, but they're not like guides. They're selfish and fiendish. It would be fortunate if you never encountered one.
And the hunter?
A piece of Chronicler religion, if you were to say they have such a thing.
We do not have a religion. The chroniclers throughout the ages have gathered enough evidence to validate its existence.
The hunter is a myth among the chroniclers. The idea that if there was a perfect hunter, they would never get caught or found out. They could kill and get away with it for as long as they wanted. The chroniclers believe this entity or group of entities exist based on their annals. During their journeys, chroniclers search for more information regarding the hunter. It is the closest thing to a faith that they have.
And what about the harbingers?
I don't know about harbingers. What are they?
Hastings, what about you? Do you know about the harbingers?
By definition, a harbinger is a person that announces or signals the approach of another. As for one of the hidden, I've never heard of a species called the harbingers.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Emily. Harp was manipulating you to throw you off balance. You can't trust her.
I understand.
Emily, has anything else strange been happening around you? Have people been getting injured for no reason, or are you seeing things, having dreams?
No, nothing out of the ordinary.
If something changes, please let us know right away.
We are here to help you. You can trust us.
$419. Emily stared at those 3 numbers. With her keys in hand, she stood, frozen in front of the door to her apartment. So many things had happened that it was becoming difficult to keep certain details straight. She knew she could be mistaken about some of the things that September, Hastings, or Harp had told her. She knew she was uncertain about the dreams she continued to experience. And how could she know if the blue lines were real or simply a hallucination in a moment of stress and panic? With all the uncertainty running through her head, Emily was confident of one thing. She did not leave her television set on.
We landed in the middle of some kind of desert.
Yet here she stood, in the hallway of her apartment building, keys in hand, apartment number inches from her face, and her television murmuring unintelligible dialogue broken up by a studio laugh track. Preparing herself, Emily took in a deep breath, twisted the key to unlock the deadbolt, and cracked the door open.
Where we are, but I don't think I want to know. So, I tracked down that phone call.
No, I don't think so. We're not putting that gross vegan cheese on my pizza.
It isn't as bad as you make it sound, and Emily will like it.
I'm making a stand here. I'm okay with fake sausage and the vegetables, but no mushrooms and no dirt cheese.
Fine. I'll make it half and half. Emily and I can split the good half, and you can have the bland half. Now, would you let me make this in peace?
I'd love to, but you clearly cannot be trusted.
Sam? Amber? What are you doing here?
Em, you're home.
Apparently we are making pizza, if you could call it that.
Shut up, Sam. We wanted to stop by and see how you were doing. You weren't answering your phone, so I used my key.
You two really shouldn't be here.
Ooh, why not? Have a date on the way?
No,
Em, we're worried about you.
I'm fine.
Really? Because you're not acting fine. And you've never said that Amber and I shouldn't be here. Ever. What's wrong?
Well, the only thing that's wrong is that pizza. It looks terrible.
Terrible?
I told you.
If it's terrible, it's your fault.
My fault? Have you ever made a pizza before? Because this...
Sam, Amber, thank you. It's really nice to see you both.
Of course.
What else am I supposed to do? I'm not working 50 hours a week right now, so I may as well bother you.
Maybe you could do something useful with your time off, like get a hobby.
I'm going to need more wine if I'm going to put up with you.
For real, though, what are you going to do with all this time off?
I was thinking about taking a trip. Vegas is probably too hot at this time of year, but New York City would be nice. I could catch a show.
That sounds nice.
What about you, Emily?
I'm beginning to feel like I could sleep the whole time.
That sounds equally nice.
Really, though, a trip might be a good idea for me, too.
You can ride with me. We can road trip it.
Thanks, but I'm thinking of somewhere more peaceful and relaxing. Maybe somewhere in the mountains.
Are you sure you're okay? We can stay the night. I'm not certain you should be alone right now.
No, I'm okay. Thank you so much for bringing dinner and hanging out for a while, but I think I should be alone tonight. I promise I'll be okay.
All right, let's throw this monstrosity in the oven already. I'm starving.
Hey everyone, Nico here, writer and producer of the ISFET Archives. In a couple seconds, you're going to listen to a promo for a show called Dice Tower Theater Presents Dawn of Dragons. It is actually one of my favorite podcasts that are out there. The concept, the voice acting, the storyline, all of it is absolutely amazing. I've actually personally listened to it all the way through. I'm actually all caught up. So I encourage you to go check it out after this episode of ISFET Archives. Again, that's Dice Tower Theater Presents Dawn of Dragons. I hope you like it.
There are 3 paths presented to you.
Dice Tower Theater presents Dawn of Dragons, a fantasy audio drama.
Ambush! For all intents, I should have you exiled.
Time to eat.
The Sunless.
Our young heroes bound by love and kinship are forced on a quest to discover the truth behind the magic of dragons and seek those that stole it before their world itself is destroyed by the growing power of the Dark Army.
Come with us. Don't just wait here for death.
I won't lose you, my friend.
Take us below them.
Gladly. Hold on.
You better answer me.
What was your name again?
The Blue Flame has the great risk, correct?
Are you sure, Sophie? I foresee a path you can understand, let alone tread, but you will have to walk yourself.
I am no stranger to being alone. I know it better than anything else.
Dice Tower Theater, a good hand production, wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Wake, and remember the first thing you sense as your first clue.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Later that night, after an eventful day followed by a friendly evening, Emily sleeps. And in her sleep, Emily dreams. An albatross chirps on the deck of a ship. Emily looks out into open water. It's not night.
But the sky is dark.
Storm clouds roll in from the east.
The storm will be treacherous.
The albatross chirps. The dreams are becoming easier to manage, and the memories of a life not her own become more accessible.
I'm a sailor on a transport ship.
The work is difficult, but worth the experience of travel.
Where are the crew?
The albatross chirps. The rest of the crew had died.
Mutiny.
There was no obvious reason for the mutiny. The captain was a good man, and the crew sailed under him for several trips now. There's enough money on the ship to pay out all the crew, but not nearly enough to warrant the crime. No sickness, madness, or unfairness spurred the betrayal either. 1/3 of the crew simply mutinied without cause.
A woman at the last port said something would happen.
The woman that tried to board the ship. The captain had her removed before the ship set sail, but Emily could remember her clearly.
She wore a butcher's apron, had blue eyes, a twisted nose, and unkempt hair.
Emily could remember the woman clearer than any of the crew. The woman said the ship was in danger. She said everyone would die. The albatross chirps. Emily's memories tore from the woman and back to the ship. During the mutiny, more than 2/3 of the crew died. Although they were fewer in numbers, the mutineers had the element of surprise. Of those who did not die in the failed mutiny attempt, all sustained injuries of some degree. Emily had also sustained injuries. Her hands moved to the location of the wounds.
A stab wound to my right shoulder, and another in my lower back.
She had healed somehow.
The blue lines.
The albatross chirps. Infection killed the rest of the crew within days. Emily wondered if the person whose memories she inhabited understood infection and how it impacted the crew. She also wondered if they understood that they should have died as well. Without medical treatment, there is no explanation for the miraculous recovery. The albatross chirps. Emily is exhausted and tired.
That fucking bird won't stop chirping.
It just keeps watching her and screeching that mind-numbing call. Her eyes shift back over the rail to the storm.
It's still coming.
She can't manage the ship by herself in a thunderstorm. The storm front fills the eastern sky. The boat already rocks violently against the growing waves.
I cannot survive this.
The albatross chirps. Rage fills Emily. The bird, the crew, the sea, the sky, all crushing down on her.
How did the butcher woman know? Why didn't the captain listen?
The albatross chirps.
That fucking bird.
Emily draws a flintlock pistol from her belt and fires a shot. The bullet strikes her target in the chest and the albatross collapses to the deck.
What have I done? Did I do this?
She can't control the body of this sailor, can she?
No.
No, she hasn't been able to control any of these bodies in her dreams. She wouldn't hurt an animal.
That isn't me.
Despair presses on her as heavily as the storm oppresses the sky. The sailor moves to the rail of the ship. Emily is certain now that this particular movement is not her own. The ship rocks violently. The waters call. The sailor and Emily step from the ledge and fall into the icy ocean water. Silence. Emily wakes. Emily will never know this, but the wreckage of the shipping vessel called the Guile was discovered by a naval vessel 2 days later, while no human bodies were found among the wreckage. One albatross with a bullet wound in its chest was discovered floating on a large plank of deck. The sailors of that naval vessel would tell stories to other sailors in taverns and inns. They would remark on the missing human bodies and the devastation of the ship. They would note how the storm only claimed one vessel before fading back into the heavens. They would breathe life into the legend of the albatross and birth the superstitions surrounding the bird. A chronicler aboard that same naval vessel would catalog the story. Emily Swanson is voiced by Tisha Zang. Amber Lang is voiced by Nari Kwak. Sam is voiced by Kris Barsanti. Hastings is voiced by Adam Culbertson. September is voiced by Richard Collins. Chronicler rules read by Shamas Rodriguez and narrated by Michael Cole. Isfet Archives was written by Nico Rodriguez in collaboration with Tisha Zang. Isfet Archives is a Creative Typo Entertainment production. Find out more about our show at www.creativetypo.com.
Incoming message. Download initiated. Data transfer complete.
Hey, my name's Michael Cole, and I'm the narrator for Isfet Archives. I just wanted to say thank you for listening, and that we appreciate each and every one of you. And if you'd like to take your listening experience to the next level of awesome, please consider becoming a Patreon member. Membership, depending on which tier you sign on for, gets access to all of the available episodes for your binging pleasure, as well as ad-free listening and bonus material, including chats with the cast and our upcoming Beans and the Butcher spin-off story. For access to all of our other shows, please check out our website at www.creativetypo.com. And if you like what you've heard so far, drop us a review on your favorite podcasting app or site. As always, stay safe. We love you all, and we appreciate each and every one of you.
Program terminated.